What we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm your regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. Hello and welcome to another episode of Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. I'm your regular host on this program, and it's always my joy and my delight. I want to thank you once again for finding time to join me this beautiful Monday evening again, or afternoon, wherever you are. I look forward to another interesting episode today with you. Now, we continue our series on your food and your health, and we're paying particular attention to fruits as one of the classes of foods that we need day to day to maintain good health. In the category of fruits, we are also zeroing in on berries. And so our tag for this segment on fruits is very nutritious berries. And this will be the second in that series. Now, last week, we laid some basic foundations. We gave the definition of berries, the botanical definition, and the layman's definition. And we found out that there are many berries, fruits that we call berries, that are not actually true berries. And there are many berries that we don't even label as berries. But we're going to be looking at all of those fruits that we call berries, whether they be true berries or just what we call them. Now, last week also, we looked at one of the berries. We started looking at them alphabetically, and the first one in the series was acai berry, A-C-A-I. Now, today we're looking at another not so popular berry. Maybe some of you will be hearing it for the first time. It's called Aronia berries, or Aronia berries, A-R-O-N-I-A, Aronia berries. Now, according to an article that was published by Caroline, that's C-A-R-O-L-A-N-N-E, Caroline. Her website is www.thrive-living.com, thriveliving.com. Where there's a dash between thrive and living. So you may want to visit that website, thrive-living.com. Now, Caroline, in that article, said that Aronia berries are a little-known superfood that have tremendous nutritional value. Now, her emphasis is on the nutritional value. But of course, we know that these berries we're talking about, and indeed every fruit, every vegetable, every nut, every seed, don't only have nutritional values, they also have medicinal values. But then she says that Aronia berries are a little-known superfood that have tremendous nutritional value. Now, European researchers have extensively studied the extract of Aronia fruit, and they have found it to be a nutrient-dense food with incredible protective as well as healing properties for the human body. Now, Aronia berries are sometimes also referred to as choke berries. Maybe some of you know it by that name, choke berries, C-H-O-K-E, choke berries, one word, choke berries. Now, the Aronia melanocarpa fruit is native to North America. You find it in the USA, in Canada, in Mexico, all right? Now, these robust shrubs often grow in swamps and damp woodlands, and they're able to withstand even salty and very harsh weather conditions, all right? Now, they grow to a maximum height of about 4 meters, and the plant produces clusters of dark purple fruit that are quite bitter because they contain, they have a high content of a particular substance known as tannin, T-A-N-N-I-N, tannin. Because of the high content, high tannin content, it gives it that bitter taste when you eat it. But when you cook it, when you cook Aronia berries, That helps to reduce the astringent quality of the berries. And they are also frequently used in wine. They are used in making jam. You know, the jam that many of you used to eat your bread and what have you. Aronia berries are often used in jams. Now, when you freeze the berries, the freezing process also tempers the bitter taste and then helps to increase the sweetness. Now, Aronia berries were an integral part of a traditional Native American diet for many hundreds of years, for centuries, because it's native to North America. Now, today, Aronia berries can be easily grown and cultivated in a backyard garden. You can grow it in your backyard if you live in North America. It often yields up to 40 pounds of fruit per bush during the growing season. They provide very strong protection against aging as well as neurodegeneration. When we talk about neurodegeneration, we're talking about the degeneration of the central nervous system in particular, or maybe also the peripheral nervous system, but particularly the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord. All right? So Aronia berries help to protect against the degeneration of the brain and the spinal cord. So therefore, it can help in reducing the incidence or in helping to prevent the development of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's disease, such as Parkinson's disease, Lou Gehrig disease, and what have you, all right? Because they provide a very strong protection against neurodegeneration, as well as against aging. And of course, I explained last week that free radicals can help to accelerate the aging process. And any food or fruit, particularly, that is high in antioxidant properties can help to neutralize free radicals, thereby slowing down the aging process and helping us to age gracefully. Now, the Aronia berry has been shown to also reduce tumors for those who have solid tumors, whether they are benign tumors like fibroid tumors or cancerous tumors such as prostate cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, what have you. They have been shown to reduce tumors. They have also been shown to stabilize blood sugar for those who are diabetic. Now, you can see that berries are friendly to diabetics. Okay, acai berry that we talked about last week, we found could be consumed by diabetics. Now, Aronia berries can also be consumed by diabetics because it helps stabilize blood sugar. Now, it also helps to improve cardiovascular health, by the way. So those who are hypertensive, if you're dealing with hypertension, this is a good berry to consume regularly, particularly adding it to your smoothie. Now, this remarkable berry also has impressive antimicrobial action. It particularly has antiviral properties. So you can see that it's another, very wonderful berry that we should be looking into. Now, it also has anti-inflammatory properties to reduce inflammation in the body. And the USDA, that's the United States Department of Agriculture, carried out an extensive study on Aronia berries. And the USDA found that these berries were found to have a high concentration of a phytochemical known as anthocyanins. Of course, you also will recall that anthocyanins are also present in acai berries that we talked about last week. So Aronia berries were found to have a high concentration of anthocyanins, according to an extensive study that was conducted by the United States Department of Agriculture. Now, this powerful class of flavonoids, anthocyanins, is found in fruits and berries, and particularly, when you eat them in their raw states, okay? And Aronia berries belongs to the category of fruits that are high in anthocyanins. Now, the deeper the color of the berries, the higher the anthocyanin content. Now, in the past episode of Exposé, I did what I call the ABCD code. A, architectural code, B, Bible code, C, color code, and D, delivery season code. So in the color code, I said the color of your fruit or vegetable is indicative of certain things to expect in that particular fruit. Now, I gave some examples that if anything is green, vegetable or whatever, in deep green color, it's very high in chlorophyll, and by implication, very high in magnesium, and then in folate, all right? If something is orange in color, like carrot, then it's very high in beta-carotene, which the body converts to vitamin A, okay? If something is very red, like tomato, like watermelon, it's very high in lycopene, which is good for the prostate, okay? That's why I normally suggest to people dealing with prostate disorders, either prostate inflammation or prostate enlargement or prostate cancer or prostate stones, to eat a lot of red colored fruits like tomato and what have you. Now, when something has purple color, then it is very high in anthocyanins, all right? That's why even eggplants like aubergine is also, the purple one that has purple skin is also rich in anthocyanins. So we can see that Aronia berries are also very high in anthocyanins. Now, probably due to their purple color, all right? Now, like I said, when you see the colors, the deeper the color, the richer the anthocyanin. Now, in the study that was conducted by the United States Department of Agriculture, Aronia berries were found to be superior in antioxidant levels when compared to other berries such as blueberries, blackberries, gooseberries, red currants, elderberries, and what have you. All right? Aronia berries had higher antioxidant level compared to those other berries. And since antioxidants are a key component in cancer prevention and tumor reduction, therefore it means that the Aronia berry actually can provide protection, potent protection against cancer. So to prevent cancer, Aronia berries will play a role there. And for those who already have cancer, because it can help in tumor reduction as well, it's also going to be a very good addition to the diet of cancer patients. Now, according to Professor Iwona Wewa, I hope I pronounced that name correctly. Iwona is I-W-O-N-A, and then the surname is W-A-W-E-R. He's a world-renowned researcher of Aronia melanocarpa, that's Aronia berries. Now, she says, polyphenols of Aronia can play an important role in prevention and control of cancer development, since antioxidants modulate all three stages of cancer development. And the three stages of cancer development are the initiation stage, the promotion stage, and the progression stage. All right, those are the three main stages in cancer development. Something will initiate the process of cancer development. Okay, they are called carcinogens, cancer-causing agents. And free radicals is one of them. It can damage the DNA of a cell, thereby initiating the process. Toxins like, toxic metals in particular, mercury, lead, cadmium, arsenic, even aluminum and what have you. These all can cause damage to the DNA of cells. So they get involved in the initiation stage of cancer development. Then after cancer has been initiated, there are certain things that are cancer promoters that promote the full-blown development into cancer. And then it progresses into tumors or whatever, and then begins to invade neighboring tissues and then metastasize to other parts of the body. So this researcher, Professor Iwona, actually says that the polyphenols that are found in Aronia berries can play an important role in both the prevention and the control of cancer development. And the reason she believes that is because it has very high antioxidant contents that can help to modulate all the three stages. It can modulate the initiation stage of cancer development, the promotion stage, and the progression stage. And the compounds that are present in Aronia berries may act also as detoxifying agents by helping to reduce oxidizing substances in the body, unquote. Now, also, Professor Iwona Wewa writes that the aging process and neurodegeneration are increasingly associated with oxidative stress. Oxidative stress-related neuronal decline can be inhibited by dietary intervention, with supplementation of neuroprotective flavonoids, unquote. Now, what she's saying with that big grammar is that the aging process that happens when people age very rapidly, and then the oxidative process that can lead to neurodegeneration, the degeneration of the central nervous system, that can lead to neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's disease, like Alzheimer's disease, like dementia, and what have you, that these degenerations are increasingly associated with oxidative stress caused by free radicals. And so when there is neuronal decline that is related to oxidative stress, that decline can be inhibited, can be slowed down or stopped through dietary intervention. And the specific dietary intervention has to do with supplementing your diet with flavonoids that offer neuroprotective properties. In other words, that protect neurodegeneration. And Aronia berries happens to fall into that particular category. Okay? As a powerfully healing supplement to one's diet, Aronia berries offer vast protection against a variety of health concerns. Now, for those who are interested in further reading and researching about Aronia berries, I can give you one or two websites that you may want to visit. You can visit the website of Ray Sahelian. Ray Sahelian. That's www.raysahelian.com. Now, R-A-Y, that's Ray. And then Sahelian is S-A-H-E-L-I-A-N, raysahelian.com. And you can put /aronia.html. And that will give you, more information about the Aronia berries. We're going to go on a short break right now. And when I'm back, we'll be talking about another very important berry that offers both nutritional and medicinal benefits. Again, it's one of those not so popular berries. Now, acai berries that we talked about last week is more popular than Aronia berries and more popular than the one we're going to be talking about. But then, it's also very important. Don't forget that what we need is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription is knowledge. To be informed is to be transformed, and to be uninformed is to be deformed. When we come back, we look at another berry regarding your food and your health, particularly very nutritious berries. Don't go away. Welcome back. This is still Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, brought to you by TSF, the Shepherd's Flock International Church. Let me seize this opportunity to invite you to join us any Sunday if you're in the Lagos area, in particular in Lagos State, Nigeria, to worship with us every Sunday morning by 9 a.m. Your life will never remain the same. God does us good, week in, week out. Ours is a family church where we love one another with the love of Christ, the true agape love of God, unconditional and generous love of God. Okay, now let's resume with our conversation on very nutritious berries as part of the series on your food and your health. Okay, we have looked at two berries to date. Last week, we started by looking at the acai berry. And today we have looked at the Aronia berry. Now we're going to be looking at a third one. Again, not so popular berry, but then probably more popular than Aronia berry. and that is the barberry. Barberry. B-A-R-B-E-R-R-Y. Barberry. Now, so what are barberries? Now, barberry is a shrub with gray, thorny branches that can grow to about, 9 feet tall. It has bright yellow flowers that blossom between the months of April and June. And then they become dark, drooping bunches of red berries during the fall season of the year in those who live in a temperate region. Now, the root, the bark, the berries are all used for medicinal purposes. So people who are familiar with natural medicine dig out the roots and they prepare it in certain ways to address certain conditions. The bark, B-A-R-K, of the tree is also used medicinally, and then the fruits, the berries themselves, are also used for medicinal purposes. Now, the scientific name of barberry is Barberries vulgaris. That's the botanical name, Barberries vulgaris. Now, according to the University of Maryland Medical Center, at their website, the University of Maryland Medical Center in the USA, you can check their website at www.umm.edu. And then you look at the alternative medicine part of the website, that is /ALTMED, alt-med. And then you can do /articles, then /barberry. And you will find a lot of things written about barberries at that website by the University of Maryland Medical Center in the United States of America. Now, and I quote one of those statements at that website. It says, medicinal use of barberry dates back more than 2,500 years. Incredible. It has been used in Indian folk medicine to treat diarrhea, to reduce fever, to improve appetite, to relieve upset stomach, and to promote vigor as well as a sense of well-being. And today it is widely used for medicinal purposes in Iran, including for biliary disorders, that is something like gallbladder disease, for example, as well as for heartburn. Barberries are used for all of these medicinal purposes. Now, the stem of the barberry tree, the root bark, and the fruit of barberry contain alkaloids. And alkaloids are the most prominent of which barberries are known. And that alkaloid is known as berberine, B-E-R-B-E-R-I-N-E, berberine. Now, berberine is available as a supplement in capsules, by the way, for those who may want to access it. Like I said last week, these things may not grow in your region of the world, but the finished products in the form of supplements, either in their juices or jam or capsules in the form of supplements, are available all over the world. I'm aware that berberine is available even in Nigeria in form of supplements, okay? Now, laboratory studies in test tubes and animals suggest that berberine has antimicrobial properties. In other words, it can kill bacteria. It can also destroy parasites. It also has anti-inflammatory properties to help to stem inflammation, to tame inflammation. It also has hypotensive property. In other words, it can cause a lowering of blood pressure for those who are hypertensive. It also has a sedative property to make you sleep for those who are suffering from insomnia. That's barberries, and particularly the berberine that is present in it. Then it also has an anticonvulsant effect for those who are suffering from convulsions, all right? Now, berberine may also stimulate the immune system. In other words, it is immunomodulatory. It can help to bolster your immune system, strengthen your immune system. So you can see all the wonderful properties of berberine, the alkaloid that is found in barberries, all right? It can help to kill bacteria and parasites. It can help to reduce inflammation. It can lower blood pressure. It can help you to sleep better. It can help those who are experiencing, convulsions, all right? Now, it may also help to strengthen your immune system. Now, it also acts on the smooth muscles that line the intestines. And this effect, may actually help to improve digestion and reduce gastrointestinal pain. So barberry, like I said, is available in capsules, it's available in fruit extracts, it's available in fluid extracts, it's available in tinctures. It's also available these days as topical ointments, for skin problems. Now, the dried roots of barberry can also be used, to make tea, barberry tea. Now, barberry extracts are also standardized usually to contain about 8 to 12% alkaloids of berberine, the alkaloid that we particularly have been making reference to as far as barberries are concerned. Now, barberries are found to be extremely effective in dealing with a particular disorder, infectious disorder that is particularly common in third world countries, particularly in West Africa, tuberculosis. It helps berberine, that is found in barberries, extremely effective in resolving tuberculosis symptoms, particularly when you administer it along with conventional medical modalities. Now, I'm not suggesting that you use only barberries when somebody has TB. I'm saying that barberries can be effective in helping to resolve the symptoms associated with tuberculosis when that tuberculosis is being treated with conventional treatment modalities. Now, when you administer this treatment, barberry treatment to tuberculosis patients, it's fairly simple. You can include about 10 to 15 barberries in the patient's diet on a daily basis. And that will be it to help to mitigate the symptoms. Now, berberine that is extracted from barberries has bactericidal properties, like I mentioned earlier, and that helps in killing, it aids in killing the tuberculosis-causing bacteria because of that bactericidal or antimicrobial property, thus helping to boost, the overall treatment for tuberculosis at the end of the day. Now, the Center for Integrative Medicine of the University of Maryland in the USA also makes some statements at their website, which I want to quote here, concerning barberries. The Center for Integrative Medicine of the University of Maryland, USA, says that barberry, as well as golden seal. Now, golden seal is one of those things that I particularly normally recommend as an immune booster for people who want to boost immunity, all right? Now, golden seal is, the botanical name is Hydrastis canadensis. That's the botanical name of golden seal. Now, barberry and golden seal, when you combine them, they are often used for similar medicinal purposes because both herbs contain berberine, and it has been shown to inhibit the growth of bacteria in test tubes, and it may help the immune system to function better, as we have been underscoring up to this point. Now, number 2, the Center for Integrative Medicine of the University of Maryland, USA, says that the aqueous extract of barberry has beneficial effects on both the cardiovascular system and the neural system. As such, it may be useful in the treatment of hypertension, in the treatment of tachycardia. What is tachycardia? Tachycardia is rapid heartbeat, when the heart is beating too fast. Okay, that's tachycardia. And the aqueous extract of barberry is useful in the treatment of tachycardia, okay, and some neuronal disorders such as epilepsy and convulsions. Now, recent studies also suggest that barberry also has antioxidant properties, just like the previous berries we have talked about, acai berry and Aronia berry. Now, barberry is also used, according to the University of Maryland Center for Integrative Medicine. They say that barberry is also used to ease inflammation and infection of the urinary tract. That is the bladder and the urinary tract infections, UTIs. It can help to also ease inflammation and infection of the gastrointestinal tract. And there are a lot of diseases that afflict the gastrointestinal tract, particularly all the itis, gastritis, colitis, and what have you. All those things in the gastrointestinal tract, as well as inflammation and infection of the respiratory tract, such as sore throat, such as nasal congestion, such as sinusitis, bronchitis, as well as sometimes even yeast infections like candida, either of the skin or of the private part of women, all right? Yeast infection in that region. Barberries have been found to be very, very useful in addressing that. Now, the University of Maryland Center for Integrative Medicine also says that barberry extract may also improve symptoms of certain skin conditions, including psoriasis. But more research, they say, is needed to confirm these findings. They also say that barberry may also be an effective treatment for diarrhea, including traveler's diarrhea and diarrhea caused by food poisoning. Now, a few studies, according to the University of Maryland, have suggested that barberry can improve symptoms faster, sometimes, than antibiotics. Perhaps because it has astringent properties, that antibiotics may be more effective at killing bacteria in the intestines, okay? Now, because of the serious consequences associated with bacterial diarrhea, if barberry is used to ease symptoms, it is best to also take the herb along with standard antibiotic therapy. Okay? Now, however, taking barberry with antibiotics may reduce the effectiveness of antibiotics. So, if you want to combine the two, please talk to your doctor before combining the two. Now, barberry should not be taken for a long period of time. They say not more than a week without the supervision of a qualified healthcare practitioner. Now, people using normal and appropriate doses of barberry do not generally report side effects. Now, cases of nosebleeds and vomiting have been reported with extremely high doses of this herb. But in infants, berberine may interfere with liver function and might worsen jaundice. Okay, so pregnant women also should not take barberry because it may cause uterine contraction and it can trigger miscarriage. So if you're pregnant, please stay away from barberries. Now, this is how far time permits us to go today. By the grace of God, when we come back next week, we continue with the segment on very nutritious berries by looking at some other forms of berries. We've been able to cover 3 to date. We've looked at acai berries, we've looked at Aronia berries, and we've looked at barberries with the active alkaloid content, which is berberine. All right? Next week, we pick on another one, and gradually we start moving on to the very popular berries. We've been dealing with the not so popular ones because we have arranged them alphabetically. So, again, I request that if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please just simply click on the subscribe button, okay? And then you will see the thumbs up sign also. You can give us a thumbs up, all right? And then share with your friends, with your colleagues, with your family members, with all your contacts, so that they can get to know about these benefits of wonderful things that God has surrounded our lives with, so they can take advantage of them. Because if you don't know that these things are there, and you don't know the benefits they confer, you may not go for them. But knowledge is power. That's why we always say what we need is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription is knowledge. Again, I'm your regular host on Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. And my name remains Tony Akinyemi. And I pray for you that your week will be blessed and that this month, the few days left, will afford you the crowning favor of God. As you transition into the last month of the year, may God put the icing on the cake for you and fulfill all your dreams, answer all your prayers according to His will, and make your life overflow with grace, with glory, and with great joy. God bless you. I love you. Bye.